Hello guys, what's good? Welcome to another vlog. So we've got a couple of exciting days coming up. So we're going on a few viewings this afternoon. So we're going on like 3 viewings in a new potential investment area. Fingers crossed that it works out, but this could be like a new little gold mine area that we've managed to find, which is super exciting. So yeah, we're gonna go and view them this afternoon. Okay guys, so the first property that we're viewing, it's like really central to the new area that we're in. On the Rightmove description it says that it's like a block of like 9 newly renovated flats, but it's kind of like in a house. But we're kind of looking at it thinking like, how have they fit 9 flats in it, because it looks so small. And yeah,
and it does not look newly renovated from the outside, I'm sorry. And
but on the Rightmove photos it didn't look too bad.
There's a lick of paint on the front door, but that's it.
This is going to be interesting. It does look really small because it's attached to another building, and
unless it goes back really far and has been extended.
Yeah, that's the only way. Do you know what? When we see it, we'll believe it. So alright, so first viewing done. Personally, I'm not interested. I'm not interested.
I can't believe you waited to say that on camera.
It's not even like 2 minutes.
Why are you not interested?
I just not interested.
Because it's done already, I think.
Yeah, probably a bit of that. So it's already done, but probably not still done how we would do it. So I find that quite frustrating. Like, even like with the cafe. Like, even though it looks nice and everything, but it's like we couldn't quite do it exactly how we would have wanted, so that's quite frustrating for one. I got a bit of dodgy vibes as well.
It's as dodgy as it comes. It hasn't even had building regs sign off, and it's a lot of work.
And when we
I know exactly what you're gonna say. The basement. Hobbits couldn't even live in that basement.
That basement, right?
There's no way that head height is legal.
When we walked in, I can't even talk. Right, I'm not even exaggerating, yeah, when I say we walked into the basement and my mum's head's nearly touching the ceiling. And she's 5 foot. She's 5 foot nothing.
I've got heels on today, to be fair.
Yeah, but they're not even proper heels. I said, what? Like, we were all short and our heads were all nearly touching the ceiling. Like, I'm 5'3", my head's nearly touching the ceiling. When I saw that, I said no. To me, it's a sign that the whole work would be shoddy, and like we'd have it for a bit and then it'd be like, oh, everything's gone wrong.
And they hadn't even fixed the windows, and that's why I said, when I looked at it from the outside, I said, what, this has been newly renovated? He hadn't even fixed the windows, and his excuse was it's grade 2 listed. First of all, I don't think it's grade 2 listed at all. I don't think it's listed at all. And secondly, you can still repair the glazing to windows.
Yeah, you can't just have like cracked windows.
Nonsense, basically.
That was just. What did you think?
No, I agree that
I'm just joking.
I agree that it's disappointing to buy something like that, because it's difficult because somebody thinks they've already added value, when actually they haven't added probably as much value as they think they have. Yeah,
he was kind of saying as well something like, it's a 9-bed property and you'd get that for $350, but if you wanted it with parking and an extra like sort of like annex like thing that has like another room, then that would basically be an extra 150 grand. So like for the whole thing it was $500,000, but like for just the like house apartment area that was like $350. It just sounded like an absolute botch job, do you know what I mean? Like,
well, the thing about the house for $950 though, the house $350. The thing about the house for $350. The thing about the house for $350, he's saying that you don't even get the land, the driveway that goes up the side of the house, which just sounds like nonsense. I think he's trying to have his cake and eat it, to be honest, the owner, because he stays at that flat in the back. So he just still wants to have access to that, even though it's clearly physically attached to that property. So, which I bet he hasn't even done like a proper title split to. So it's just all, it would be messy. For me, it would be a really messy, not just the transaction, but even then just afterwards. Like you could only buy the whole thing outright, because the owner would just be a complete and utter pain if he was on the same bit of land as you. So that kind of puts me off, really.
And as well, the rooms. So like basically the apartments. Apartments. They were like essentially like studio apartments, which were tiny, and they had like a little kitchenette in there, had a little ensuite in there.
It was basically a bedsit. It was
But it
basically
was
what you would call
tiny.
a bedsit. A tiny, like a. What he's basically done is taken a very large, a large double room, and just put a shower room and a kitchenette in that. So that's
Like,
all it is.
When I lived in student accommodation and it was called the Heights, that was basically what I was getting. Like it was the same thing, but it was bigger than that, and that was like small. So basically you have to imagine the size of our HMO rooms in the old office. Imagine that room but smaller, then with a little kitchenette in there as well. Like,
Yeah.
it was crazy. He would have been better off just doing it as a HMO and just having a shared kitchen, because putting the little kitchen in there, it's like...
And he's put it at risk of the council tax thing as well, which I mean, so apparently at the moment he's just getting 2 council tax bills for it, and I'm not sure why it's 2 and not 1 maybe, but he's getting 2 council tax bills. But I am amazed that that is not being treated as 9 separate flats.
Probably lied, probably just said, oh, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
It's too dodgy for me. It's too like, it just seems...
It's a botch job.
Yeah, it seems like a botch job, all under the radar. Building control don't know what's going on. Flipping that basement was just...
I've seen it all. I've seen it all with that basement.
Oh god, it was awful.
How you could put a kitchen in that basement,
Yeah.
I don't know. That's ridiculous.
And when he was like, they're trying to be quirky. So this is quirky. This is a joke.
The door looks like something out of Alice in Wonderland.
It was, yeah, I don't want it. I don't want, no.
It does. The building has potential, but you'd actually almost want to rip out what's been put in.
Yeah, you'd rip out all of the kitchens, the little kitchens that he's put in, just to make one shared communal kitchen area, and just
But
have
also
it as
with
like...
the back areas, you know, the building and the plot does have potential.
Wait, we didn't even say about the brothel.
It backs onto, what's that building? It looks like a pub. No, it's not a pub.
It's a brothel. Sometimes you see the girls walking.
Oh yeah, because there was a sign on one of the doors that said, what did he say? It said...
I can't even talk. It's
What did it say?
said fantasy den. That's what it said. Yeah, let's just leave.
No, it's a no. It's a no. It's a no from
Big
us.
no. Oh god.
Oh dear, they missed that
Wow.
out of the they missed that out of the estate agent's description, didn't they?
I know.
Backs onto a brothel.
Oh god. I feel like he tried to make a joke about it, but I was like, I just no.
Little conversation. I just wanna lay here inside of your arms. Maybe we could.
Okay, so we just viewed a existing HMO, which is currently a 6-bed, but we think that we could potentially get 7, an extra bedroom out of it. What did you think of the HMO?
I think it's got a lot of potential, and I think it's on for a reasonable price. So I think it's within about 25%. No, it's on about 20% of what we're willing to pay. I think. So I think that's good, because a lot of them are really overpriced, I feel, at the moment.
And I feel as though it looks as if it was a really bad house on a good street, which is always really
Definitely.
good. Especially when you're doing buy, refurbish, refinance, you want to know that like you're getting the worst house in the best area, kind of thing. So
I think my only concern is the house next door, which was owned by the same landlord, which has been sold. It's interesting to understand, has it been sold to somebody that is going to bring it up to the standard that we need it brought up to for ours to be
Yeah, because we don't do things by halves. You lot know this. We don't mess around. I don't. Yeah, but it was like a HMO, and it was in a state. I'm not gonna lie.
That was terrible.
It was
really sad.
awful. Like, yeah.
The only concerns that I've got maybe is just about like where bathrooms would go.
Yeah, because we like to do en suites, or make sure that everyone has a private bathroom like on their own. So I guess it's just working out where all that stuff can go, because that's really, really important to us. It's not just like, oh, we can take it or leave it. Like, it is important.
There's a part of me that wonders whether you just do it as a high quality 6-bed with 6 nice bathrooms. I think if it's 7, it's going to be a squeeze.
Yeah,
it's going to be a squeeze, especially on the bathrooms. I mean, he's already chopped that room that he's already chopped in half, which basically where he's chopped the bay window, he's put the dividing wall through the bay window.
Yes, you do.
I mean, that would be a lovely room on its own, really. And then you'd comfortably get an ensuite in there, which I think probably makes more sense. So maybe you do stick with the 6, but just change the layout to get the 6 to work.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Maybe that's better than trying to cram it to 7, because obviously for 7 you need full planning permission. That's the other thing.
Sui generis.
Yeah, so definitely got potential, I think.
Yeah,
I think as a 6. I think 7 would be pushing it.
Yeah, we're gonna call the estate agent later. We did try and call them just, but they didn't answer. Said no one was there. Well, it went through to voicemail. It said no one was there. So yeah, we're gonna call them later and find out a little bit more about the situation. But yeah,
it does need a survey though, a structural survey.
Yeah, to look a bit mush up.
And it will need new windows. So it's not cheap. It's not a cheap refurb, but it's not. Hopefully, it's not as heavy structurally.
Yeah, as some of the ones we've done. Cool.
Yeah. Nice, all in all, nice. A nice property.
Yeah.
With potential.
Well,
wouldn't say nice, as in it's got potential.
Be nice. Could be nice.
Yeah.
So next, we're going to view an old workshop.
So it's an office that's got a workshop attached to it. So this probably ticks the box in terms of the sort of project we want to go on to next, because it's bigger than what we've been doing. So obviously we like to sort of learn and grow. Really, the last 2 that we've seen would, in terms of size wise, would be smaller than what we've done already, but sometimes, hey, it's just what's out there. But this I feel would be like a growth project for us. So it's an office attached to a workshop, so it would be light industrial conversion for us, which we haven't done before. Which would be nice, because we've kind of run out of offices to buy, which is a bit bonkers. But in terms of in the areas that we like to invest in, we seem to have run out of offices, or it's that a lot of offices which are going to be coming available because, you know, leases are going to be up soon. They're just not on the market yet. So that's the other challenge that we've got. So
yeah,
this is offices attached to workshops. So let's see.
This should be interesting. I feel like commercial is more, that's where we want to be anyway.
Yeah.
Ultimately.
100%.
So yeah. Okay, so we've just finished viewing the workshop and I thought it was beautiful. Well, it wasn't beautiful in terms of like the interior or anything, but you can tell, like, from a development point of view, that was just like
epic.
That would have been, I'm even lost for words.
Yeah, there's a lot to take in.
That is definitely like what we want to be doing to a T. Like, even the HMO that we saw before, like, that was okay, but that we've just seen, that is just what we want to be doing. It was a lot to take in because it was so big and there was just stairs and doors and rooms everywhere, so it was a lot to take in. We'd have to relook at the floor plan. We'd have to relook at the floor plans and things like that to really wrap our head around it. But yeah, because I think we're going to have to crunch the numbers based on a few different options, so that we can figure out what a realistic offer is. But
that project is a beast. It's an absolute beast of a project. But the building is so beautiful.
That's what I want to be doing.
The building is so beautiful.
That's what I want to be doing.
But that project, that is a beast, man.
Do you think that we'd need a JB? Someone more experienced than us? Or do you think that with our new project manager we'd be alright?
I think with our new project manager we might be okay actually, because he has been working, because that reminded me of industrial things in other areas that we quite like, and he's been working quite a lot in those areas. So
yeah,
I mean, obviously we're meeting him tomorrow, so we can ask him, get his thoughts.
Yeah, I haven't told you guys about that because I was going to save it for tomorrow, but basically we're meeting with a project manager tomorrow that we're going to be taking on board. I'll tell you more about it tomorrow, but yeah, that property was
the bomb. It's just amazing. It suits apartments for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
But I still think that it's difficult to get the sort of return that we know we can get from HMOs. That's the thing that I always kind of struggle with in terms of the numbers. So we really understand the returns on HMOs really well, but the thing that I always struggle with in certain areas is what is the return on apartments.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure that this area yet is strong enough for a development into apartments. Do you know what I mean? Yeah,
because we don't want to do like an apartment conversion and then per apartment you're getting a couple £100 back, when we know that for a HMO you could get a couple hundred a room.
Yeah, or even apartments that when you then go to refinance, because the value isn't that high in the area, that you can't pull all of your money out. So that's the thing that puts me off slightly with apartments.
Yeah.
The area's got to really command the price for apartments, and I think a lot of areas, like even like our main investment area, you know, where 1 and 2 bed apartments are like 60 and 70 grand, it just doesn't, they don't stack up for us. That's why.
Yeah.
So yeah, there is a lot of work to do.
A lot. Yeah, a lot to think about. Cool. So all in all, we've seen some good things today. I feel like, do you remember the first time I vlogged and we had a day of viewings and like half of them were cancelled and it was just a mess.
Yeah.
But I feel like today has been like, yeah, we've seen some good stuff.
Yeah.
In our new potential area. So, yeah.
We know that there's a lot of interest, so there is a lot of competition for these. So the chance, you know, so it's still a slim chance of getting them, and that's why, particularly with the one where we already know that they've had offers above the asking price, we need to really do the numbers, because that's how you can understand what a good offer looks like. You have to really understand what the potential is of the property, otherwise you do risk underbidding or overbidding.
Yeah.
We're not going to overbid.
Yeah.
But we don't want to underbid.
Yeah.
Just because we haven't done the numbers.
Yeah. But I will say, even though it's been a good day, like, we can't get gassed, guys. Do you know what I mean? We've only been on a few viewings. It's not a big deal.
No, you can't.
Not
and there's other things in the shortlist, to be fair. So that was just the first day of the shortlist. There's another 3 or 4 that are worth looking at.
Cool. Alright then, back to Birmingham I go. Right, so I'm back home now from our viewings. It's actually been interesting, like, going to a completely new area. Like, we've been to that area like quite a few times, I'd say, over the past few years, but like, we don't really know the area like we know our other areas. So yeah, it's definitely been really interesting, like exploring somewhere new. So it's quite exciting really, but let's not get too excited, you know, nothing's really happened yet. We're just kind of exploring, but yeah. Hello guys, so it's a new day and I'm super excited for today because we've got a very exciting meeting. Me and Mum are very much looking forward to it. So today we're meeting with a guy who is a quantity surveyor and a project manager, which, because we're kind of like stepping up our development and I guess we're moving into like the next phase as developers, we want to start like outsourcing things and just like making sure we're like running it as a proper business. So we're going to start outsourcing like the project management for our refurbs. So we're going to have a chat with Paul today so that he can have a look at the bungalow side of the cafe. I'll leave a little link in the description bar down below so that you can see like the tour of the cafe. But basically, just to sum it up with the cafe, basically it was an old cafe that had like a house attached to it, and the house we've turned it into a 6-bed HMO. So we've done that side of it, and then the other side we're going to convert it into a 2-bed bungalow. So we've already done the HMO side, as I just said, but for the bungalow bit we're going to get Paul in to like project manage the whole thing and bring his team of builders in and everything. So yeah, there's just some big changes happening. Like, I'm not gonna lie, the refurb for the HMO side was absolutely manic. Like, I still need to film that video where I talk about like how we brought the cafe and like how the refurb's gone and things like that. But that project was like absolutely manic, and then after that we kind of realised like we actually want to get extra help. Like, we don't want to be doing this anymore. So yeah, the guy we're meeting today, our project manager / QS, he'll be really good at, if we set a budget, like making sure it's staying on budget. Like, he'll be good at setting the timescales, managing the project, bringing his trades in and expertise, and helping us just with things we need to do. What else does he help with?
I think that's kind of it, really. So yeah, definitely the managing the budget bit would be helpful.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, this is just all part of us growing, isn't it? Growing and outsourcing what we can, so that we're focusing on the development bit rather than getting into the nuts and bolts of managing projects and stuff, which we enjoy. And it's good that we've learned some things, but it's time to move up. I
was meant to say that before. So the guy that we're meeting, he's come from personal recommendations, but the guy that recommended him was basically saying like it's good that we've managed projects ourselves and things like that, like first, so that we know exactly what happens, so that people won't be able to like take the mick with us, kind of thing. So yeah, it's good to like start off on your own, and then you know what to do.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Right guys, so I've just arrived at the old cafe. This is the first time I've seen like the hallway finished. So I also have to film like the last bit of like the house renovation vlog that I wanted to do for this project. Like, it should be up now on my channel, so I'll leave it linked down below as well. But yeah, like, it looks so good, and like all the doors have got little signs on which look so cute. So all the doors are numbered, which just look super cute, super sleek. Literally love it. Don't look at my grown off nails, like it's right off. And then we've got this little sign as well that says up, and that goes up the stairs. Okay guys, so the meeting with our new QS / project manager went really well. We've like revised the layout of the bungalow just to like make the most of the space that we've got. So yeah, we're really happy with the new plans, and he's gonna go away and consult his builder, and hopefully soon we'll get the ball rolling. But I'll show you like the cafe as it is now. So obviously, as you can see, this is a new brick wall, and that is basically where the entrance to the house used to be of this property. So you used to be able to like be in the cafe and then walk through to the house, and like you'd walk through this way, but then we've obviously blocked it all up, which is super cool. But yeah, this is the little cafe, which will soon be a bungalow. It's so crazy. But yeah, the guys really helped us make the most of the space that we have here. So we were gonna have like a really massive like lounge, kitchen, like dining area, but then we've decided to actually make like the master bedroom bigger. So we're actually gonna bring the bedroom like more forward this way, whereas before it was gonna be like a little bit back. So yeah, I am gonna do like a full bungalow renovation vlog, like start to finish. So make sure you check it out. The video won't be out for like a couple months yet, but yeah. So how did you find the meeting today?
It was good, because it's always we spent a lot of time talking about the layout, which obviously, to get a price from a builder and a plan and a schedule, you've got to have the layout nailed.
Yeah.
And it's been a long time since we've thought about the layout for that property, so it was nice to have a fresh pair of eyes, sort of like challenging some of the things, really. I always like a bit of challenge on the layout, because you want to get the best layout possible.
Yeah, definitely.
And I feel that we're sort of closer to that now. So there's a few changes to make to the drawings, which is all good. And then we're good to go. Hopefully get it out to the builder.
So is he's gonna do the drawings?
No, I'm gonna make the changes to the drawings and send them to him. He's gonna do like a more detailed schedule of works for us.
Oh, how nice that someone else is doing the schedule of works.
Yeah.
Do you remember when I typed it up that one time?
Yeah, it was like a comedy.
Damn.
It's nice. It feels like it's nice. It feels like growth. It feels like we're starting to
systemize our business. Yeah, 2021, we've got big things planned. Don't switch on us, we got big plans. Okay, so we're actually spontaneously going on a viewing. So it's just someone that we know, actually, and they said that they've got a property that they want to sell, and yeah, just wondered if we'd be interested in coming and looking at it. Right, so my camera battery just died, so if it just sounds and looks rubbish, then it's because I'm on my phone. But what did you think of the spontaneous viewing?
Yeah, it's got potential. It's definitely not the sort of thing that we go after, which I think the vendor realises, but it has got potential, and obviously we do know one or two people that I think might be interested.
Yeah,
it's definitely got potential.
Yeah, I definitely think it's for someone else that we know, probably not us, just not us, especially after we did, like, we don't want to do like the cosmetic thing. We've come to realise.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I think it's for some people, cosmetic refurbs are really cool actually, because you're not actually spending that much money and you can still create more value. So I recognise that you can do that, but I think having done that the once and seeing the challenges that it creates in terms of trying to still create the same end product, that's where it's challenging. And it sounds really petty, but just stuff like, you know, where you can put the TV and where the bed needs to go and blah blah blah, because the wiring's already in, all of that stuff, you're not quite able to create something that is as kind of like luxury. And obviously, you know, for us the brand is quite key really, so we don't really want to put anything in the portfolio that we can't you know,
that's off
create the sort of standard. Even though sometimes it's things that tenants probably wouldn't even notice, to be honest, but we would notice. And it's all part of that tenant experience when they're living there. All of these things, you know, plugs and sockets and USB points and all of those things all go up to make a home.
Definitely. Hello guys, so it's actually been a couple weeks since I last vlogged and like last updated this vlog, because something exciting has happened. So me and Mum are actually finalists for the Property Investors Awards. So we're finalists in the category of Best HMO Property Deal over 6 bedrooms, which is super exciting. So this is for the old office project. So yeah, I thought I'd just add this little section in the end, because I thought, like, when else am I going to talk about it? So yeah. So we've just ordered some food from Sabai. We had Sabai last week and the food was amazing. So we're having it again this week. We're just waiting for it to come. But thought we'd just give you a quick update on the properties that we had viewings on. So our favourite property, as you could probably tell by our reaction, was the workshop. That was the final property that we viewed that day. So we really liked the property. We ended up putting an offer in and the offer was accepted verbally, and we were like, oh, amazing, like, you know, let's start getting the ball rolling. And this was like, how long ago now? This was like a week. Was it over a week?
About a week and a half ago.
Yeah, about a week and a half ago. So yeah, they accepted our offer a week and a half ago, and then yesterday they had an offer from someone else and they accepted that.
2 days ago, I think.
Yeah. So unfortunately, nothing is going to come of the workshop. So that was a bit annoying, because like after like the footage that I vlogged, we actually went out on a second viewing and we brought someone else with us who was going to help us like project manage it and everything like that. So yeah, we were putting in like big plans, and then someone came in and offered and they went with that. So it's what it is.
Yeah, and we have had stuff that we've offered on before, and you know, either the estate agent or the surveyor or whatever has been kind of playing games really. We have had this happen before, so it's you know, it's a deal isn't done until it's kind of sealed and signed, basically. I mean, and even then obviously it can still fall through, but yeah, we have had this before, people playing games at offer stage. I think the more professional the surveyor, usually it doesn't happen, but yeah, there are definitely some jokers out there. Yeah, definitely. So it is what it is. But yeah, we're gonna start the viewing process again, obviously, as we do. My dog is literally like ripping my sock off. Hang on. So yeah, we're just gonna start the viewing process again, and yeah, we had a few things like in our shortlist and things like that. So yeah, we're just gonna get back out there and see what's good. So yeah, but tonight, let's just focus on the awards. Let's just see what happens. So yeah, you got anything else to add? Not really. I mean, it is disappointing, but I think that it's a good reason why you have to have like a few things on the short list, because you know, these things do happen at offer stage. Like, you know, people are still playing games, and especially the market at the moment is a little bit it's a little bit lively. So people are, you know, and that sometimes means that vendors you know, could be a bit, I'm not going to say they can be a bit greedy, but yeah, it's a bit lively. So you've just got to be prepared to kind of go back out there really and have a few things that you're going after. Don't get your heart too set on the one thing, because then you will be disappointed. You just have to believe that there's something out there that's better that's going to be coming. So
yeah, definitely. So yeah, that's the little update. Right, so I literally completely forgot to even update the vlog, but we didn't win anyway. But it was super cute to even be a finalist. They said they had like over 200 people in the nominations, and then they had to like bring it down. So I was like, oh my god, like 200 people, that's actually really crazy. So yeah, it was cute to be nominated, but I'll leave a link in the description bar down below anyway, so you can check it out if you did want to. It's only like 12 minutes long, so yeah, definitely go and check it out and see the other award winners. But yeah, it was definitely really cute. It's a shame that it wasn't in person, because I love getting dressed up for stuff like that and get my makeup done and everything. So yeah, it's a shame that it wasn't in person, but never mind. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it as always. Make sure you subscribe and give this video a big thumbs up, and I'll see you next time. Bye.